Hey guys, Tara here from Recovering Book Hoarder, and today I am going to do a book review on a book that was very, very kindly sent to me for free from the author for an honest review. This is a new author. I believe this is her absolute first book, and it's going to be a series. It is called The Captain's Daughters by Doreen D. Berger. So I read this last month, and it's like a middle grade sci-fi, which is not something that I feel like we see very often. So I was definitely intrigued. And the cover is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. That's the front. Here's the back. And then at each chapter, we have these little stars. And it made me happy. How it looks made me happy already to start with. So, some things that I really love about this book. There are chapter titles. I love chapter titles so much. I think that's something that we need to bring back. I wish everybody did that. There's a table of contents, again, with the chapter and the title. I like that a lot. I wish more books did that. And then they are short chapters. I like a short chapter. It gets me through books faster because I'm always like, all right, one more chapter, that kind of thing. So already things that I really enjoyed about the book, just kind of off the bat. I am going to try and keep this very non-spoilery. So something that I think is just so cute is in the back about the author. The author explains that she has based the series on her relationship with her lifelong friend Robin and their spirited childhood escapades, which is so cute. And so she says, soon to be released, Diane and Robin's next adventure, Reach for the Stars. So there is going to be more than one book. And you guys know I love a good series. So this is about two sisters, Diane and Robin. And they have been adopted by their uncle, Marsh, because their parents had died unexpectedly. Diane and Robin are only, I want to say it's 8 months apart. And that's because the younger of the two was born very prematurely, and that's why they're so close. They can be that close together in age. And they live most of the time on this space vessel. Think like how they're so huge up on Star Wars, the really big, like it's like a whole world out in space. So they live on this space vessel with their uncle, who is this top space guy. And one day they're at home visiting in I think it's Arizona or New Mexico. I think it's New Mexico. They're visiting their grandparents. And so this takes place solidly in the real world, but it's 2297. Yeah, Santa Fe, New Mexico. And their grandparents have a ranch, and that's like where they go to whenever they're not in space. They're at their grandmother's house. So they're very familiar with horses. They each have their own horse, and they go out one day and they are abducted by another alien body. Okay. So we are following their adventure, let's call it that, during their captivity, and everything they go through with that. And now I don't want to say anymore because I really don't want to give anything away. So this ended up being 4 out of 5 stars for me. And I should explain how I rate my books. So this year I tried to get a little bit more intentional with my rating system. And so 4 stars means one sock has fallen to the floor, but there's just a few issues. And to be honest, there's only one issue with this book. And the more time, it's been a couple weeks now since I finished this, and honestly, the more time that passes, the more I'm thinking about it and really cannot wait to read the next one. So the reason that this was 4 stars and not 5 stars was because there is a bit of a dual timeline in here, and I wish that those have been very clearly delineated by a little subheading or something that said which of the timelines that we were in, because it wasn't clear, and it's the same characters in both timelines, and so it's really hard. Like, I would go into a chapter thinking we were in one timeline, and then like halfway through the chapter, 3/4 through the chapter, I would realize that we are not in the timeline I thought we were. That's minor. It really is minor. But it took me out of the story when that happened. But the story is so good. And first-time author, she far exceeded my expectations as a first-time author. I've read other first-time authors, especially like, I would consider her more of an indie author, that I've not been blown away. Like, you could tell it was a first-time author. The writing wasn't that great. Hers is so good. And something I really appreciated from hers was that I feel like she did not dumb down the writing because it was for middle grade. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you'll read certain middle grade books and they come across as more juvenile and don't really give enough credit to the middle grade kids that they're aimed at for their intelligence level. Like, a lot of times these kids are so smart, way smarter than we give them credit for. And she gives them that credit. She assumes that they are smart enough to understand what she's saying without dumbing it down at all, which I feel like also then makes it very accessible for adults to be able to read either on their own or with their middle graders or however it is. So guys, I really, really enjoyed this. I cannot wait to read her second one. Highly recommend this. And especially, guys, middle grade March is coming up. I really recommend this one. I don't know what the prompts are going to be, but I am sure there will be some kind of prompt to fit The Captain's Daughter by Doreen Berger. Go get it. I'll have it linked down in the description box. All right, guys, I will catch up with you later. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe. I also do FlossTube and some ColorTube content in addition to my BookTube content. All right, guys, I'll catch up with you later. Bye.